He is a Pandit. Education means Pandit, yes? Not only, that those who do a puja or a sankalpa, they are the Pandit. Pandit in other words means education. Well educated. So in the eyes of Krishna, who is the perfect educated person? He says, those who are adored with Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. What is Vidya means? Education. Vinaya, humility. Okay? And Sampanna, one who is complete with the Vidya of education or Vidya of humility. Okay? And Vidya of education, what does he see? A person who has a perfect education. He says, Brahmanya. Brahmanya means a Brahman. Gavi is cow. Hasti is elephant. Brahmanya Gavi Hastini.
Swapak.
Sunni Chaiva, or with an equal vision, Swapakya means the dog eater. With Samadarshanaha, with equal minded. So no discrimination power. And Prabhupada always says, no discrimination power does not mean that you go and mingle with anyone because you don't discriminate. He said, a wise man, although there is Paramatma in the heart of the lion, yes? Do you go and embrace the lion? So still the distinction power has to be there, ki who I associate and who I don't associate with. Everyone doesn't mean, oh, same. There is this distinction. So basically, adored with this culture again, we become very successful in life. And later on the culture is forgotten, the education is still there. Yes? So cricket bat, the real cricket bat becomes the button cricket bat. It's just like, if the children want to play a cricket, there is a cricket game right in the computer. You didn't have to go for the cricket bat, so nothing is organic anymore. Everything has become disorganic. So what Sukadeva Goswami is trying to say is, the tract of land of Bharatvarsh, just like, these days people say, oh, Indians, their family unity is perfect, Indians are nice. People talk about these things. But they don't know why it became that way. Here, people lost the proper culture and they lost the proper behavior, they lost the proper food, they lost everything. So ultimately nothing works out. Because of this culture. Slowly, this culture of devotion that Krishna is talking about here is lost, means nothing is going to be there. So the Bharatvarsh tract of land was perfectly designed for one to attain a perfect perfection. Now, most of the diversities are in India. If you analyze it, we are talking about Lord Ram. He says, now it's a prayers offered by the monkeys in the forest. As I told you, who is the Ishta disciple or a devotee of Lord Ram? Who? Hanuman. So, what is Hanuman? He talks about that the Lord is so merciful, you don't need any pre-qualification to serve Him. What is the pre-qualification of serving Ram? Birth in a Brahmin family? No? And what else? Very high birth? Being a man, not being a woman, is a qualification? No or yes?
No.
आप लोग उत्तर देने के लिए थोड़ा डर रहे हैं कि मैं क्या फेंकूंगा आपको पता नहीं. तो what is the qualification of being Ram Bhakta?
Devotion.
Or being perfectly educated? Holding a degree in the hand. Is that a qualification?
No.
इसमें डर गए आप लोग. Yes? Now you tell me, what is the qualification of Shabri? What is the qualification first?
Devotion.
Woman? Yes? Woman born in Shudra family? Yes? So already, okay, as far as the gender goes, already out, because she is a woman. Okay? As far as question of being born in a higher family, out, because she is Shudra. As far as holding a degree in the hand, totally uneducated. Okay? So therefore, the monkeys are saying, if it is a question of a qualification, what is our qualification? Any qualification? So when Lord Ram left Ayodhya, who are the people that went along with him to Ayodhya Dham? The monkeys. All the monkeys went. The monkeys went with Lord Ram. So therefore they are saying, you don't need any qualification to love Lord Ram. And where is this principle of caste system mostly found? Where? In America or India?
India.
Still in India. And who is the Ishtadev in India? Krishna Ram. So these are the forms of the Lord that are Ishtadev in India. So what is the teaching of Lord Ram? Any pre-qualification of a caste system? No? Now, let's go back to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu is the Ishtadev in some tract of land in Bharatvarsh also. So who is the direct, very close person to Lord Vishnu?
Narad.
Garud, the bird. So what is the qualification of the bird, if it is a question of qualification? Human form of life? No? Anything? Any other qualification that you can look up? So therefore, in order to understand Lord Vishnu, is being Brahman is a qualification? No, that is also out from this principle. From Lord Ram out. From Lord Vishnu out. And let's look at Krishna. Who does Krishna love the most?
Gopis.
Well, part of it you are right. Gopis, as the female devotees, woman. The greatest embodiments of devotion, the gopis, and they are women. And who does he love the most? The cows. Human being? No. And after the cows, who does he love the most?
Brahmanas.
Yeah, Brahman is always. Being a devotee of the Lord, yes. The devotees of the Lord does not look at, again, a qualification of being a Brahman. Brahman meaning a Vaishnav, a person, ya Brahmavid sa Brahmana. One who has understood the absolute truth. He is a Brahman, not a birth Brahman here. Birth Brahman, Krishna punished. You know who is the Brahman that he punished? Born as a Brahman, he punished. Who? Narova Kunjarova? Ashwathama? Yes, he punished Ashwathama, although being Brahman, born in a Brahman family, because he disqualified himself being a Brahman. So he was punished. Krishna punished the people who were not qualified, even though they were born in a Brahman family. But those people who were not born in a Brahman family, okay, what are the Brajvasis by birth? They are all Vaishyas. Brajvasis are all Vaishyas. Yes, but he respected the Brahmanas. That was there. Those who were born in a Brahman family but maintained their Brahminical culture. One story with Krishna's grazing of the cows is that, along with Krishna's boyfriends or cow boys, there was one Brahman with him. You know who?
Sudama.
Sudama. Sudama was a Brahman. So whenever Krishna does his mischievous pastimes in Vrindavan, of taking a food and stealing a food, he would actually put in the mouth and eat everything, and what is remaining he would give to his other friends. But when it comes to Sudama, he gives Sudama first. He does not eat before he gives to Sudama. You'll never hear of that one. Whenever Krishna steals something, he always has a separate portion for Sudama. Krishna respected the fact, those who maintain the Brahminical culture, Krishna has a great respect. But that is not a qualification. You understand? Being born in a doctor family, you have an extra opportunity to become a doctor if you want. More than a person who has no knowledge about doctor. So, here Lord Ram, the monkeys are saying that this manifestation of Lord Ram, he was not discriminated to anyone. Lord Krishna, in Vrindavan, I was there once and we were to attend a conference in Ayodhya. So they chose me from a Vrindavan Gurukul side. So, this was a gathering of all the Gurukul students from different areas. So there were Gurukul from Ayodhya, from Allahabad and everyone else. So I was actually chosen from there because I was always a challenger of philosophy even in Gurukul. I used to just challenge anybody. So the teacher said, you have to go there. Okay, this is your time to challenge. So we went there. So one of the boy, he said, that anyone likes. And I have never studied that before, that topic that he was asking me on. I have never studied on that topic. So he said, anyone in India will respect the cows. Yes? Anyone. It's the niti of Bharatvarsh to worship the cow. But not everyone worships the monkeys. And not everyone likes the monkeys. So therefore Lord Ram is greater than Krishna. Because Krishna associated with the cows. And Lord Ram associated with the monkeys. So he established, the point was that it is not a question of a challenge, but just to, the teachers wanted to say a quality of the logics that the student can provide as a preachers. What do they say? So therefore he says, yes, Lord Ram is greater than Krishna. So it came from somewhere from my mind, which I have never studied about it. He said, okay, Lord Ram associated with the monkeys. What did he do? What did he do with the monkeys? He took the monkeys to the Lanka. He made them fight. And many of the monkeys had to lose their life. What did Krishna do with the monkeys? The cows, who are the closest to his heart, cows are mother. And in Krishna Lila, what did Krishna did with the monkey? He took the milk from the monkeys, made into a butter, and he fed that butter to the monkeys. So therefore, who did more work to the monkeys? Lord Ram, who took them to Lanka and made them fight? Or Krishna, who fed all of them a butter from his own mother? आप जानते हैं ना कि Krishna feeds butter to the monkey? So I got points. It's not a question of big or small, but I got the point there for that. So it's a logic. In this tract of land, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are teaching a principle of perfection. So it has been described that how do the people in that tract of land, that the Sukadeva Goswami says, these people in this tract of land are so fortunate. Then Sukadeva Goswami is very happy. He says, I feel fortunate to be in this tract of land when I am speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. You know where Sukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam? At the bank of Ganga. Yeah, Naimisaranya. So, Naimisaranya was Sutta Goswami. Sutta Goswami, later on narrator, is in Naimisaranya. So, Sukadeva Goswami is in the bank of Ganga. Okay? So, it's close to Hastinapur. The bank of Ganga, close to Hastinapur, because Parikshit Maharaj was ruling Hastinapur at that time. So, he left from his kingdom and went to the Ganga. Okay? So, he says they are so fortunate because the water, everyone admires to have a particle of dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Everyone admires to have that. Yes?
Yes.
Now, what is the Siddhanta? In India, if you respect your parents, we all do, what is the first part of the body that we touch?
The feet.
The feet. Why? Why the feet? Why don't you go to your father and touch his nose? Why feet?
Makes you humble.
Yeah, it makes you humble. आपने कभी सोचे ये? Why feet? Any part of their body is sanctified. They can give blessing with any part of the body. That is fine. Why feet? When you go to the temple, why feet of the deities? Why we say lotus feet of Krishna, lotus feet of Ram, lotus feet of, well, when it comes to parents, we don't say a lotus feet, we just say charan. Why feet?
Because we want the dust from
It's a dust. Where is the dust? Feet.
Renu.
Okay. Now, if you are a devotee, which part of your body does the most service?
Right?
And तो प्रसाद खाएगा.
Ears. Tongue. Ears.
Tongue, ears, nose, eyes, chin, घड़ी, मतलब क्या? Feet. It's a feet. If you are going to Tirtha Yatra, all other parts of the body don't touch the ground, do? But feet goes everywhere. You understand? And if you go to the temple, you can only get to the temple if your feet allows you to. Isn't it? If your feet allows you to do. So therefore, this concept of feet charan comes because this charan has the most mercy. And when it comes to the topic of Krishna, we say the lotus feet of Krishna. We glorify the other part of the body of Lord Krishna, but we take shelter at the lotus feet. So, said that everyone admires the particle of dust. Asam aho charana renu. When great scholar Uddhava, he wanted actually the blessings of the gopis. He chants one slok. He says, Asam aho charana renu jasam ahamscha brindavane kimapi gol malatau satinam. Naduk saje swadanam hi arya patam stayitva venur mukunda padabhim shruti virpimigra. He said, how great are those souls who get to utter the name of Govinda. Or those people who have opportunity to chant the holy name of the Lord are the most fortunate people. And this is not a regular person. Uddhava is speaking this way. Asam aho charana renu. He said, although I am Uddhav, the perfect living being, I want only one thing, he said. Asam aho charana renu. What does charan means? Feet. Renu means the particle of dust. That's what renu means. Charana renu jasam ahamscha. And where do I want that dust? On my head. And he says, to do that, he says, to get that dust from their feet, the gopis, he says, he tells Krishna, you make me anything, I don't mind being. And Krishna says, how do you want to do that? And he says, Brindavane kimapi gol malatau sadinam. You make me golmal. You know what does golmal means? The plant. Ta ausadi. Maybe some herbs somewhere. Yes? You make me anything to get that dust of these feet of the devotees who are known as the gopis. I can be anything in my life. I don't need to be Uddhava. Because as Uddhava I am not getting anything. So, Sukadeva Goswami is saying those people who have got a birth in this tract of land where Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahmatiyat, he walked in this tract of land. Bare-legged. Okay? And those very citizens of that Bharatvarsh are so lucky because the water that washed the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead flows in that tract of land. The dust from the lotus feet of the Lord is in that tract of land. Yes? Vrindavan, Ayodhya. You can't find any space in Ayodhya where Lord Ram did not walk. And you don't find any tract of land in Vrindavan where Lord Krishna did not walk. Like that, you have so many places. And in that same tract of land, what is there? Mother Ganga. It's like we are hammered from all sides. It's good that there is so much dust in India. Even if you don't want to physically go to Vrindavan, at least कम से कम दिन में एक बार तो स्नान तो किया ना डस्ट में. Yes? What is the desire of Narottam Das Thakur? You know what is the desire of Narottam Das Thakur? He says, Brahmite ye deha patana hoilo kahe Narottam Das. He says that my only desire in my life is that I want to travel preaching the message of Krishna. And doing that, Brahmite, I want this body to fall somewhere at the dust of Vrindavan and just be rotten right there. Yes? And what is the desire of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj? He said, when I die, what do you want me to do? He says, the Guru of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he says, when I die, I want you guys to tie my body with a rope and just drag me through the street of Navadip. Just drag me in the street and let me take the dust of this dham. So Sukadeva Goswami is feeling so good about it. He says, he's just criticizing us, saying, you stupid people of Bharatvarsh, after taking such a smart birth in that tract of land, why can't you surrender to Krishna? How unfortunate can you be? Why? Because that dust from that Bharatvarsh is in your pocket. Yes? And Ganga is in your head. Are we all close to Ganga? And at least we are all, good off, well established in our situation. That at least if we want, we can definitely take darshan of Vrindavan. Yes? If we want, if we have a desire, and if we want more than that, we can at least go and dip ourselves in Ganga at least once. Isn't it? पता नहीं है अभी तो क्या था कि इंडिया में मरने के बाद ऐसे गंगा में जाना ये सहज था कि दिस इज अ प्रिंसिपल दैट व्हेन somebody dies you take them to Ganga. Now we have become so unfortunate, maybe no more Ganga will come to our life. We take birth at the bank of Ganga and we die at the lap of Ganga. That's how the principle went. So Shukadev Goswami is saying this very river Ganga which washed the feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead flows in that tract of land. So therefore Shukadev Goswami says, give up anything in your life for the cost of this. And Krishna has already made us so fortunate. And according to our acharyas, Janiya Suniya Vishakhayo. If after hearing this, after giving Krishna giving so much comfort and giving us everything that is required for us to get to his lotus feet, everything is there, and we still don't want to be serious with Krishna consciousness, whose fault is that? So you decide. And even Lord Indra in a heavenly planet is admiring to be in a Bharatvarsh. Why? Because it is a root of spiritual path. And now, Prabhupada, once he said, some of his disciples or his god brothers asked, he says, there are so many Indians here, in India. Why didn't you preach to them first? He says, none of the Indians are looking at India right now. They stand in India, but they look at America. Okay, so everyone is rushing. So he said, I need to rush there now. I need to go there, I'm going to catch them right there. Because if you come to America, where are you going to look now? Only highway, nothing else. There is nowhere to look. So it was not working out. Prabhupada was walking in Delhi, he was walking in Calcutta. But every Indians, maybe at that time no laptop, maybe everyone had a book and a note. Everyone was writing down, so everyone's dream was America, America, America. So anytime Prabhupada preached, no one was interested on it. Then Prabhupada chased us right here. The Shastras explain, Bhavad-vida Bhagavata tirtha bhuta swayambhu tirtha kurvanti tirthani swantastena gadavritaha. It says, there is a place of pilgrimage that is called a tower, and there is a place of pilgrimage called the jungle, the moving pilgrimage. You know who are these moving pilgrimage?
Saints.
The sadhus, Prabhupada. So when we talk about a pilgrimage, we have to always think, because I'm going to finish up now. Srimad Bhagavatam talks the essence of life in a short. It says, Nihayat karma dharmaya na vairagya kalpate na tirtha padasevayam jivan apya mrito hisa. What is the goal of life? Bhagavatam says, Nihayat karma dharmaya. It is a duty of everyone to engage in dharma. Yes? It is a duty of everyone generally. Everyone must have some type of dharma. Yes? Those who are mother of the daughter, there is the dharma. That once she becomes 18, 19, 21, she has to be married. That's your dharma. Those who are mothers of the sons, there are your dharmas. Everyone has the dharmas to maintain. So, nihayat karma dharmaya. That everyone has to engage themselves in dharma. You cannot avoid it. And what is the actual goal of dharma? What are we to accomplish by dharma? बेटी का शादी क्यों करते हैं? नाती लाने के लिए या बस अपना उत्तरदायित्व से मुक्त होने के लिए? किसके लिए? तो धर्म का अंत तो नहीं हुआ ना. बोलते एक बार उसका शादी हो गया, आप अपना जीवन बिता लो. Therefore he says, Nihayat karma dharmaya. Dharma has to lead to vairagya. So at one point you have to say, this is my dharma here. I have done it. Okay? Next part is, I need to be serious with spiritual life because first part of the dharma is done. Everyone have their own dharma. ठीक है ना? So, न्यायत कर्म धर्माया, dharma has to lead to vairagya. The goal of dharma is vairagya. If you are doing a dharma and it does not develop a vairagya or renunciation at some point, he says your dharma was wrong. You did not do the right dharma. Na vairagya yakalpate, na tirtha. And what is the goal of vairagya, renunciation? When you are renounced, what are you supposed to do? Tirtha pada. You are supposed to visit every holy places that the Lord performed pastime. You have to go to Mayapur, you have to go to Vrindavan. Yes? tirtha, temples, going and serving the deities. This is must. So dharma is leading to what? Vairagya. Vairagya leads to tirthapada, visiting the holy places, like the temples or visiting sadhu, Guru Maharaj. So all these are holy places. Nyayat karma dharmaya na vairagya yakalpate na tirtha pada sevaya. And what is the goal of visiting the holy place?
To find Guru.
To hear our Krishna.
Pada sevaya. To serve the lotus feet of sadhus. So ultimately, what is the goal?
To get liberation.
I just told you all 4 steps. Pada seva. The goal of life is to serve the lotus feet of the
Saints.
devotees, saints. That's the goal. Because, you see, if you tell Krishna that, oh Krishna, I am the servant of this servant, Krishna will say, okay, no problem. है ना? जैसे कि आप बोलते हैं ना कि घर में या तो कोई लड़की चली जाती है, अगर आप नाता नहीं देंगे, ये बोलेंगे कि मैं आपकी बहू, मैं इनकी बीवी हूँ, ये आपका अधिकार बन जाता है उस घर में जमने का. कोई संबंध तो है ना, ठीक है ना? अगर आप जाएंगे और बोलेंगे कि मैं आपका बेटा का पत्नी तो नहीं हूँ परंतु आपकी बहू हूँ, क्या हुआ ये मतलब? कोई अर्थ बनता है? सो बेसिकली बहू बनने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? उसका बेटा से शादी करना जरूरत है ना. जब आप भगवान को बोलेंगे मैं आपका सेवक हूँ परंतु आपने कोई गुरु कराने नहीं किया है अब तक, तो मतलब ये नाता कहाँ से आ गया फिर? देयर इज नो कनेक्शन, इट्स नॉट एक्सेप्टेड. सो देयरफॉर द अल्टीमेट, द गोल ऑफ dharma is what? Renunciation. And there has to be some level to become free from dharma. Then goal of renunciation is visiting the holy places, to serving in the temple, and the goal of serving the deities is to Padasiva, worship the devotees. So therefore, Sri Sukadev Goswami says, you taking birth in Bharatvarsh, you are so lucky because there are unlimited Ganga of devotees flowing around. So therefore, he tells Sukadev Goswami, that's what you need to do. If you want to be fearless at the 7th day of your death, because he's going to die within 7 days, yes? You know how many days he has gone through already? By 5th canto? 3.5. How many days left? 3.5 days left. And last day is not counted. Last day is the day of his wedding, 2.5. So is Sukadev Goswami going to give something that is meaningless here? Person is dying day after tomorrow. He has rejected everything and he is at the bank of a river. And he is asking Sukadev Goswami, what is the greatest thing I need to do? Is he going to consider in an answer or he is going to give an absolute answer? So therefore, when he says that service to the Mahatmas is the only goal of life and this is the only way of salvation, he is not giving an option to us. It's an absolute answer. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.